Welcome back. Now this week, iconic film Sholay is celebrating 40 years in Bollywood. From Amitabh Bachchan to others in the film fraternity, everyone is celebrating the occasion, and so we've decided to do it on News Today as well. We asked our people in the newsroom what their favorite Sholay dialogue is. So take a look.
कितने आदमी थे? हाथ नहीं,
ये हाथ हमको दे दे ठाकुर।
नहीं,
ये हाथ हमको दे ठाकुर।
मुझे 2 आदमियों की जरूरत है।
तुमने ये नहीं पूछा कि हमारा नाम क्या है?
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है बसंती?
क्योंकि ये कौन बोला?
बसंती, इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना। गब्बर, अब आएगा मजा खेल का।
Well, that's in our newsroom, but remember this is a film which was 40 years ago, and most of the people in our newsroom are 20 and above, which reveals the magic of Sholay. Joining me now is the director of the iconic film to relive the Sholay magic. Ramesh Sippy, appreciate your joining us. 40 years later, you know, the fact is that there is still excitement in our newsroom about Sholay. What is the magic of Sholay? What makes Sholay so special?
Rajdeep, that's very difficult to answer for me. I mean, that's the last thing I expected. We always felt, the entire unit, all the actors, the writers, the technicians, we knew when we had made this film, while we were making this film, that we've got something really wonderful in our hands. But little did we realize that 40 years later, we will still be talking about it, and the lines and dialogues are still not forgotten. They've become a part of Indian culture, and they've become part of the Indian colloquial language. They're remembered like almost like Ramayana and Mahabharata.
You know, you're right. It was really the perfect film in a way. The dialogues of Salim Javed, the cinematography, the casting, everything seemed to come together. But I want to come to the character of Gabbar. Your original choice was Danny Denzongpa. Now and then you have Amjad Khan, a newcomer who comes in because Danny can't give you dates. Now, was it pure luck, or did you finally find the right person at the right time in Gabbar?
I think all things put together, of Danny not having the dates, going off to do Dharmatma for Mr. Feroz Khan, and he could not give us the dates, so we had to look for someone. Amjad being suggested by Salim Javed. I had seen him on the stage with my sister doing a play. I liked his work, so I remembered it, and they said, let's call him in, and we did. The moment he walked into the office, I had a strong feeling that this is Gabbar. Then we took some tests, some pictures, gave him that military outfit and all. And after that, slowly, Gabbar and Amjad became one.
You know, is there a scene for you which typifies Sholay's magic at all, or do you believe every scene is special?
Sholay magic could never take place with one line. It's the entire film from beginning to end, from the train.
Right. You know, I just want to come to you to, you know, Amjad Khan's character, as we said. Now, you wanted the ending of the film, Gabbar, to be killed. You wanted that scene where Sanjeev Kumar should kill Gabbar, but I'm told that at the end of the day, you were not allowed to do that. Now, was that because of the censors? Was that because you felt that it wouldn't work? What is the true story of the end of Sholay?
The true story is, I wanted that end. It was written that way. I shot it that way, that he does kill him with his feet. Sanjeev Kumar kills Amjad with his feet. Thakur kills Gabbar. But one of the most beautiful shots of the film was Amjad falling down, and I think it's still on the net. You catch it somewhere or the other.
Right.
But the censors refused. They would not certify the film if we allowed a police officer to shoot down a criminal. The law, taking law into its hand,
Right.
is not correct, is what they said, and it was the emergency. I could not fight beyond a point. I tried my best. It did not work. I had to give it.
That's interesting. You say that you had to give it. Now, any special story that you want to tell us from what was a multi-starrer movie? I mean, you know, you had all kinds of big stars in the film that brings a smile even today to your face. Any story that you remember about bringing all these stars together?
No, I think, as I said, it has so many different kinds of flavors that the enjoyable moments, the lighter moments were as wonderful and probably the simplest making them. I mean, during the filming, the lighter scenes were much like Mausi wala scene or any of the lighter scenes were far easier to shoot. It was the dramatic scenes, the action scenes which were very difficult to shoot.
Right. In a sense, it was probably easier to deal with a Surma Bhopali or an Asrani as a jailer than it was in those fight sequences done by Veeru Devgan. But how do you manage the egos of these big stars, multi-stars of this kind? Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra, Sanjeev Kumar, Hema Malini, Jaya Bachchan. Did any of them come to you and say, you know, we want one more scene in the film? Or were they all happy with what they were getting?
Not one moment's anxiety. Not one moment of, what are you doing to me? Why do I have to do this? Nothing. They all were so excited and they all knew exactly from the beginning what they were to do.
Right.
And that's how we did it. Only the improvisations while working were there. They were made.
Right.
And they were made with and in consultation with the artist. And they gave of their best. They had a damn good script. I took the best work.
You know, there are two improvisations I'm told of. One is Dharmendra's scene when he was on that, when he's drunk and he's on the top of a well, and the other one I'm told involved Amitabh Bachchan. You want to tell us a bit about improvising, as you said, these actors wanting to do scenes in a different way?
I'll put it very lightly. When Amitabh tosses the coin at the end of the train sequence.
One last question.
And said, let's toss for it whether we leave him or we take him to hospital. And that's when the coin had to be tossed. When we were seeing the shot from the camera, the placing, Amitabh tried his best to place it so that the focus would be right, because we had to shift focus to Sanjeev Kumar's face behind it. So ultimately, he made a suggestion, may I get behind the camera as well, so that I can see through the lens and I'll know exactly what to do. I said, that's brilliant, because that's exactly how it should have been done. Why didn't I think of it?
Right.
And there he was. He went behind the camera, he put his hand in front of it, and Sanjeev was there and he could see what exactly I was looking for. And he gave me a perfect shot.
Okay, final question. I remember when I first saw Sholay, people said, you know, film nahi chalegi, Daku ki film nahi chalegi. When did you first know that you had a super hit on your hand, Mississippi?
There was a guy in Bombay, the whole world was saying it's gone, the film is over. Only the trade pundits and critics, not the people. People never said that. There was a cinema in Bombay called Gita at Worli, and he called me over. He said, please come to my cinema. I went there and he said, you know, this film, I am not doing any sales on cokes or sandwiches or samosas. Nobody is here to buy them. I said, you brought me all the way here, the whole world is already cursing me. Now you're saying you don't even sell your beverages and this. Are you here to curse me? He said, no, I've called you here to say why this is happening. Your film is a big hit. Nobody wants to leave the seats.
Right. Well, nobody wants to leave the seats even today. I can tell you, every time Sholay is on any channel, people stay on to it. Ramesh Sippy, iconic filmmaker of what many will say remains the most legendary film that the Hindi film industry has made. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your memories.